Alright, it's been a minute since I, stepped in front of my camera and actually recorded a proper YouTube video. Now I think I'm gonna change the format about how I want my videos to be. So instead of being highly edited, I want it to be mostly me talking. If you're watching this video, let me know if you think that I should add something in the background, like maybe some music or some background audio. Now, I want this video to be about something I saw or that I've seen a lot of all over social media and that I have experienced myself actually. Maybe me talking about this can help you out and help you have a better idea of how it's going with your fitness journey. The thing I'm talking about is body dysmorphia. It comes to social media. Body dysmorphia will be one of the craziest things that you will actually going to experience. I kid you not. Just being on social media long enough to see all these people on a lot of unnatural substances that probably shouldn't be the best inside the human body. You're probably seeing all these people, probably seeing an 18-year-old right now benching 335 for reps at 150 pounds lean, you know, six pack abs, maybe even an 8-pack abs. And look, I'm not saying that that's not possible, but I'm just saying 9 times out of 10, they're most likely on gear and some other type of steroid use. They're going back to the topic of body dysmorphia. I've seen a lot of things when it comes down to body dysmorphia. Like, number one, I've seen a lot of people in TikTok comment sections posting their physiques, trying to get acceptance from other people in TikTok. Granted, trying to look for approval and positive reinforcement on TikTok about how you look isn't a bad thing. But if you're going through people comment section, posting your physique and saying, is this a good physique? In all respects, to me, it just seems like you're very insecure about how you look and you want somebody to tell you that you look good. When it comes down to problem with your physique, there's a bunch of things it could be. Maybe you're too small, maybe you have too much body fat, maybe you don't have abs, maybe your chest is too small, all that. And that's perfectly fine depending on what your situation is. It could either be purely genetics or it could because you're not training everything correctly. Now that I got a little bit of change of scenery, what I'm trying to say is that when it comes down to body dysmorphia, it could be a couple of things. Either not big enough or small enough, or not as strong as the people that you see on these social media platforms. Now, hey, I'm not gonna say that I'm not a victim of this. I've been a victim of this countless times. But I am gonna give you some advice for when it comes to certain things. You need to, number one, you really do have to stop worrying about abs. Abs is not as common as you think it is. Even with the amount of people that you see with abs, that doesn't mean that you are going to be one of the lucky outcasts to actually have a full 6-pack of abs at 180 pounds. No, especially if you don't train them. It make no sense for you to complain about someone that has abs when you clearly don't train them and you got a high body fat percentage. Now, when it comes down to someone like me, I don't really have abs like that. I lost them. I'm being honest with you, I've gained a significant amount of weight because I've been eating a little bit more. But going on to something I was talking about earlier, when it comes down to people being stronger than you, if you are trying to get stronger, you have to eat more. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about that. Because think about it, getting stronger means getting bigger. How do you get bigger? You eat more. You can't just get bigger by just eating in a calorie deficit. No. Maybe it might work for people who are in the first year lifting or second year lifting, but after that, that's not gonna work. If you're really worried about how you're gonna look when you lose your abs and become leaner, unless you're trying to compete or do a sport that really needs you to be on the skinnier side, you have nothing to lose when it comes down to getting bigger, especially if you like lifting weights. Because let's use an example: the smaller you get, the much more weaker you are. Because as you know, mass moves mass. So now you're a lot more smaller, and the weight that you can move around has to go down by quite a bit. I think if you are looking to hit a new bench press PR and all that, right, you need to gain at least 10 to 20 pounds of size just so that you can actually get increasingly stronger, like for squats or deadlifts as well. I promise you, you're not gonna be moving 4 or 5 at 100. At 150 pound body weight. That is not happening. So another thing I seen when it comes down to body dysmorphia, a body fat percentage. I promise you. Well, that goes along with what I said earlier. Being online a lot, it really just shows you a lot of things when it comes down to body dysmorphia. I'm be honest with you. A lot of things that are probably going to give you body dysmorphia and people promoting the idea of getting other people body dysmorphia. I feel like another change of perspective was needed, but being online is going to show you a bunch of interesting cases of body dysmorphia. Me being the ripe age of 17, I've seen a bunch of things that could possibly give somebody around my age body dysmorphia. And I'm not gonna lie, I've been training for almost 2 years now, you know, and what it's taught me is that you just gotta be patient. I mean, this year is my second year of lifting. I'm pretty sure how I look now and how I'm gonna look by the end of this year is gonna be totally different. This is the strongest I've ever been, the biggest I've ever been, and the most healthiest I ever been. Another thing, you gotta worry about your health. See, some people care about size, leanness, and all that. But at the end of the day, when it comes to working out, if you're not working out to become a major league bodybuilder, working out gotta be mostly for your health. Who cares how big you are, how big your arms are, how big your chest is, how thick and wide your back is, if you aren't healthy? Now look, people could take steroids for a multitude of different reasons. Maybe you're taking them to adjust your testosterone level. Maybe you're taking them to fix some sort of imbalance inside your body. But this video is purely talking about body dysmorphia and why people should learn to be much more accepting of their body and stop looking for other people's approval. I never went online to post my body and be like, hey, is this a great physique at so and so age? Never did that. Never will do that. Just because it's very stupid to me. All I go online and post my physique and ask other people, yo, do I think it looks good? Do you think this looks good? After I train for this long, is this acceptable? Dude, if you feel like there's something wrong with your training and you feel like you might not be training correctly and your physique is calling that out, I think you got bigger problems to worry about than how you look. If you look at someone with great lifting genetics, great bodybuilding genetics, all that, and you don't got all that, and don't be too upset. Bodybuilding isn't for everybody. Because I bet you probably have a bunch of other careers that you would like to look into. I mean, look at me. I'm interested in bodybuilding, but I can't do that right now because I don't got any of the credits I need to actually do that. That's why I'm focused on working on social media at the moment. But that's not important. That's not what I'm talking about in this video. All I gotta say is body dysmorphia. If you're not careful about how you trade online, you're gonna see something that's gonna make you want to change yourself in a very big and drastic way. Now, there ain't really much else I can say about body dysmorphia in this video. And maybe in the future, we can all find happiness without looking for validation from others when it comes down to our physique and how we look. At the end of the day, you are you, and you're not gonna be nobody else. So that's it. That's why I'm just gonna end the video.